I'm so sorry about that. Thank you still for watching UBC Lunchtime News. And our top stories of the day: President Yoweri Museveni has commended sugarcane growers from eastern Uganda's Busoga sub-region and other farmers in the country for waking up, which has led to increased production of sugar along with other various crops and products that are now in surplus in the internal market. The president was speaking to sugarcane farmers from Busoga sub-region at Bugema Stadium in Jinja municipality to allay their fears of having no market for the excess sugar they have produced.
Busoga sub-region have reason to celebrate this Christmas with hopes of benefiting from Bwikwe District Sugar Factory due to start production of refined sugar that will be used for making soft drinks, biscuits, confectionaries and syrup. President Yoweri Museveni revealed this during a meeting with sugarcane farmers from Busoga sub-region at Bugembe Stadium in Jinja municipality.
Then my next worry was, but is it that the rich people are renting the land of the poor people, and the poor people are suffering? Now what I'm beginning to find out, that because of the culture of sugarcane here in Busoga, which was brought by the Madvanis, some of the parents of these people were cutting sugarcane for Madvan. Then the children learned the culture of sugarcane. Actually, some of the parents were poor. I have now known that there were some rich people who had land but they were not using it. So these ones hired from the other one. So therefore, my worry is now calm, that I know that you are, but through renting, you are actually growing sugarcane on medium and large scale. Secondly, many of the renters were actually not poor people. They were people who had a lot of land. So therefore, I want to congratulate you, these children of the former sugarcane cutters. Now they are asking me to Madvanize them, so that you become processors, and I'm ready to do that.
Priscilla Namara, UBC News.
Now, Parliament has directed UPDF Fisheries Protection Unit to fast-hold its operations on all fishing sites across the country. The directive comes from after members rejected the report presented to Parliament by the Minister of State for Defence over the conduct of UPDF soldiers. The report was rejected by members owing to lack of substantial evidence. Naonga has a detailed report.
Almost behaving like their enemies to the police.
We don't condone any act of indiscipline in UPDF.
In 2017, President Museveni directed deployment of UPDF soldiers on Ugandan lakes to combat illegal fishing vice that had become a disease. However, the deployment was precipitated by several complaints from the fishing community over alleged brutality by the army.
But we hold forgiveness of this house until the Minister of Defense comes to this house, told us about the torture by UPDF in the lakes, extortion that is taking place in the lakes.
The controversial matter has kept on surfacing on the floor of Parliament for the last 2 years, with UPDF soldiers implicated of extortion, rape, torture, among others.
We encourage our people to save. They can no longer save because their savings actually served by other officers somewhere else.
We need time and we give our report and our findings to the Minister to cause a board of inquiry by UPDF using our findings.
It should be noted that in the letter dated 19th November 2019, the President wrote to the relevant bodies directing them not to reprimand an officer.
That the head of state in Uganda can write a letter saying, do not punish criminals who defile our daughters, who rape
The Speaker on this note resolved to invite the President to Parliament to interact with members over the matter.
We have been talking for 2 years, for me since February 2018. 2018, we on this issue, and it has continued that. So I think we need to arrange a meeting similar to what we had on security, so that we come and we have a discussion. Okay.
The House also passed a motion to halt the UPDF involvement in all fishing sites across the country until the matter is resolved. The motion was moved by Buvuma Island Woman Member of Parliament Jennifer Nantume and was also adopted by the House.
I'm moving the motion that all the works of the Fisheries Protection Force on all the water bodies of Uganda be suspended. Against the citizens of Uganda, this House directs that the operators of the Fisheries Protection Unit be voted with immediate effect. Those in favor say aye, the contrary no.
This is not the first time UPDF soldiers are implicated, following several debates over their conduct on the waters for the last 2 years. Susan Naong and Gloria Guitabinji reporting for UBC TV.
The Prime Minister, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, has blamed ongoing disasters in the country in forest depletion and wetland encroachment. Rugunda expresses fears of waterborne diseases that could result from recent floods and landslides that ravaged Bugisu and Rwenzori sub-regions. Now, he made the remarks while receiving a 1.8 million Ugandan shillings check meant for relief aid from Coca-Cola Industries at Office of the Prime Minister. Okurut reports.
Talk of a disaster in Uganda, and many people's minds will run to Rwenzori and Bugisu sub-regions of this country. This is because wounds of floods and landslides ravaging these areas are still fresh. Both areas have tasted the anger of nature, registering tens of deaths.
There is desperate need for relief food. Government is doing everything to supply those affected. Shelter materials, household utensils, need for safe water, and fixing of some of the culverts which have been washed away.
Such disasters have been attributed to destruction of forest cover and encroachment on wetlands, a reason why stringent measures are needed.
We should not cause more environmental damage, because the environment gets furious, gets angry, and reacts. And its reaction is devastating.
This appeal comes on the heels of an ongoing process to relocate over 200 households from Bududa.
These are houses now. Houses 241 have been completed, and we were already transferred initially 101 households, and now in the process of transferring the 140 whose houses are now complete.
The success of this will only be realized with proper management of post-emergency phase, an emphasis put forward by Red Cross.
Because it will take a while for some of these people to get back their normal lives, especially those who have been internally displaced. But beyond that also on how we do what we call risk reduction to minimize the occurrence of these events in the future or maybe in the immediate future.
The latest to respond to such concerns is Coca-Cola Beverages. It has donated 180 million shillings as relief aid to disaster victims, a gesture welcomed by government.
We strongly believe the infrastructure damage that has been occurred because of the rainfall is burdening the government, so that is very important for the private sector now to come in and to support our communities.
And so they have set a good example to other responsible companies.
Since the intensity of disaster in Uganda this year 2019, Prime Minister Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda has visited some affected areas. He has advised the residents to keep personal hygiene in order to prevent waterborne diseases. Henry Okrut, UBC.
There you have it from the Prime Minister of Uganda. Moving on from that, Ugandans will effectively January 1st, 2020 start applying for passports online strictly after government's deliberate move to upgrade and eliminate the analog system. Now, this development comes with an increase in fees required for passport acquisition, with the ordinary passport now going for 250,000 Ugandan shillings from 150 shillings. While addressing media on the new developments, the State Minister for Internal Affairs, Obiga Kanye, said the system is intended to reduce time wasting and seal the would-be chances for corruption tendencies.
Since inception, Ugandans have been enduring through the analog system of passport application, despite all the tediousness involved. Charles Kamanzi is a passport holder who has to date renewed twice.
We have been suffering too much with the old system. This is where the first step, one had to go to LC1, LC2, DISO, GISO.
Apart from the bureaucratic process, the analog system was known for facilitating corruption and bribery.
And there's some little money because whatever step we would go, one would have to pay something. No matter how little, but we have to pay something.
To remedy this, government, through the Line Ministry, has launched a new e-passport application portal expected to totally lock out manual applications effective 31st December this year.
Applications which were paid manual will not be accepted beyond the 31st of December 2019. Particularly when it comes to payments, we will not accept manual payments after the 31st of December. All applicants who paid manually should ensure that their applications are submitted to the Passport Control Office by the 31st of December. We're aware there are citizens who have paid for their passports out there. They still have the documentation. They have not submitted their applications to our offices. Please make sure you submit those applications not later than the 31st of December.
The online passport application portal is expected to, among others, reduce on processing time of the passport from 7 working days to 48 hours only, and also eliminate chances of foreigners obtaining Ugandan passports.
We'll endeavor to make sure that those processes are clean and they enable us to screen through. But of course, even if we don't eliminate, we will minimize.
Monday Simon, the Deputy Passport Controller, takes us through the process, highlighting how inclusive it is.
This process takes under 3 minutes with the officer and you go. After you do this, 48 hours later the passport will be done. And a message will be sent to you that your passport is ready. We shall actually keep sending you messages even at the point of approval.
Unfortunately, the upgrade comes with an increase in fees for each category of passports.
An ordinary passport, which is 48 pages, will cost 250,000 shillings. This what we now call the service passport, which is 64 pages. 64 pages, it will cost 400,000 shillings. A diplomatic passport, which is also 64 pages, it will cost 500,000 shillings.
However, the public has expressed mixed feelings about the new system, with some blaming the ministry for not sensitizing them.
Ebintu byakyuse okiraba oyingira mu gate tomanyi wawodda tomanyi wawotandikira tewali muntu akukwatako nti oweze kukola kino jangu odde wano oba odde wano.
But the framers of the system appeal to Ugandans to embrace the development as an assured way of accessing improved services. Dorcas Kimono, UBC TV News.
Thank you, Dorcas Kimono. In more news, Cabinet is to discuss a policy on fertility rate in Uganda as one of the drivers of inequality in the country. Now, the Minister of State for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, David Bahati, disclosed this at the UNDP national launch of the 2019 Global Human Development Report with a special focus on inequalities. Bahati said inequality is at the heart of Uganda, and it's what government intends to focus on in the National Development Plan 3.
there is a huge debate, and we'll be presenting a policy in the cabinet in a few weeks from now about what you talked about, the cause, the drivers of this inequality, which is the high fertility rate. Our fertility rate is now at 5.3, is it? 5.3%. There are those who are advocating for high population, and we have quite a number in the cabinet, we have quite a number in parliament, and I'm sure we even have quite a number here in this room. There are those of us who think that we should produce the children that we are sure that we can afford to look after. It's a huge debate, but nevertheless, the population is here with us. 2050, Uganda will be 104 million. So the best that we can do in the circumstance is to plan for this education, or rather for this population. And that's why we're emphasizing on education, we're emphasizing on access to health, and we're emphasizing on ensuring that people who are living subsistence can come out and go into the money economy. One of the drivers of inequality is actually subsistence level of agriculture in the country. And that's where we are focusing in the next NDP3 to ensure that we improve the subsistence level of agriculture through value addition so that our people can be lifted. The 68.9% can be lifted from subsistence to money economy.
What is the next?
UBC Lunchtime News will take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more news for you.
Good morning, Uganda. Today is a great day to make someone's day. A wonderful day to rewrite the future. Today is a beautiful day to light up their world. A marvelous day to make a brand new start. The perfect day to make the world smaller. Uganda, today isn't just another day. Today is your day. Airtel Money, with you always. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
Hello, Uganda! We introduce to you the first and ever My Right to Play Christmas Kids Festival 2019. Let the kids feel the Christmas Eve on the 21st of December at the Legend Sports Ground in Lugogo. Entrance is 10,000 shillings only and parents free. Bring your child and have an opportunity to play, sing, dance and discover their talents. Mujje tuyingira amazaalibwa nga bato basanyusa bato bannaabwe. Muleete abaana bammwe banyumirwe, banywe, bazanye. Kino kigenda kubeera kijjabe. Proudly sponsored by Legend Sports Ground, UBC TV, Star TV, U24 TV, Star FM, Magic 100 FM, UBC Butebo, Marketing, UMC Victoria Hospital and Ideas Workshop. Bw'oba oyagala omwana wo okuyimba kuba ku ssimu eno.
This festive season, enjoy great value from Airtel with the all-new My Pakalast combo offers. Yes! We have customized especially for you the best deals on minutes, data, and SMS with our 3-in-1 My Pakalast combo to give you the best value as you stay in touch with friends and family this season. To activate My Pakalast voice combo, dial *100*2*1# to get started.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
We're still watching UBC Lunchtime News. In our business news, the congestion downtown Kampala does not translate in business this Christmas, although traders said they have not hiked prices for commodities. Now they attribute the situation to minimal money circulation in the population, and this has affected business during this festive season.
There is congestion in downtown Kampala. Unlike previous years where streets would be congested with vehicles, this time round it is people who have flooded the city to begin Christmas shopping, especially for clothes and shoes. Traffic congestion is minimal because of the non-motorized transport corridor with narrow roads being a no-go area for vehicles. However, people in shops decry this situation, saying it has deprived them of customers even as the festive season picks momentum. Those selling phones say business is not good, although are optimistic that the situation will change before Christmas Day.
Okusinga mujjuzo gw'abantu n'oggula kutono tetukola nnyo kiri awo kuba obwavu bungi wadde bangi naye era obwavu bungi wali tugenda mu nnaku kulera abantu tebalina ssente taddeyo awo tusuubira okuŋŋaanyiza kasente
tusaze kituufu ky'amazima etusaze si eyaluli etusalidde eddala bajja omu musoolo omu babiri.
Downtown Kampala Chikubo is an entirely different story, with early shoppers taking advantage of the already displayed Christmas commodities like disco lights, balloons and much more. But as all this happens, KCC enforcement officers are also busy decongesting streets of vendors.
Mwagala nkolerewa nze kasina kyakola ndi wano njiyambeera naye mbeera baginemesezza kanso ebikutula byonna tuli mu looni wano ola gyali bulungi naye kati wano wafuunye obwavu bungi.
Although customers are many and checking out commodities, some of the vendors we interacted with around New Taxi Park say there are few customers even after prices have been lowered.
To work hard, but people poor. Buy a trouser for 10k. No one. They just said that, oh, please reduce for me. I have 80k.
Chikute sente sinza kugamba nti oba kino oba kiri naye nga nze ndabanga ekiganya abantu okugula mbeera si nnungi.
Tubadde tuzitunda gumu kitundu naye twazisaze ebbeeyi tutunda mutwalo naye ate tebagula bajja baagala kulondera mu nnusu kanaana.
And as we left the busy downtown area, there were mixed feelings from traders, with some being optimistic of good sales towards Christmas, whereas others had lost all hope, saying that the situation is getting worse each passing year. I'm Nafka Farida, reporting in Kampala.
From the sports scene, Tanzania has been voted to host the 2020 Interparliamentary Games after a successful edition in Kampala district. Now Uganda and Kenya dominated the 10-day games.
Uganda is the overall champion of the East African Interparliamentary Games that climaxed on Wednesday. The hosts were victorious in football, netball, basketball and golf. At a glamorous dinner at Hotel Africana, Ugandan legislators were seen celebrating the victory. Kenya, on the other hand, was equally victorious, walking away with the valuable crown in men and women categories, athletics and tug-of-war trophies. Tanzania came third, winning the walk race for the men. The East African Parliament was voted as the best disciplined team in all fields, despite not winning any sports discipline. Burundi, on the other hand, was hailed for ably participating in all activities, despite losing. Tanzania was picked to organize the next games that are expected to take place in December 2020. The East African Interparliamentary Games have been held for uniting nations, despite South Sudan and Rwanda missing out.
Key to note is the identification of talent by legislators as well as keeping the participants in shape. Ngabo Imon, reporting for UBC TV.
Thank you, Ngabo Imon, for reporting. Thank you so much for watching UBC Lunchtime News. My name is Sharon Chomdisha. Do join me again in the evening at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. Have a lovely night. Have a lovely day.